Early this year, I did a retrospective video on SpongeBob Squarepants for its 25th anniversary. But then in November 2004, SpongeBob's first ever movie turned 20 years old. And while I'm super late on the release date since there were so many anniversaries in November, however, this is not going to be a review nor an anniversary. It is going to be on the SpongeBob movie, but I'm going to talk about all of them. That's right, every SpongeBob SquarePants movie until some upcoming ones. The first SpongeBob SquarePants movie, the second movie Sponge Out of Water, the third one Sponge on the Run, and yes, I am counting the spin-off movie that focuses on Sandy Cheeks. As much as I really want to do an anniversary on the first SpongeBob movie, I think this is better. So now, let's get to the SpongeBob movies. We'll start off with the first one. The first SpongeBob movie was released in November 2004 after SpongeBob's popularity. The plot in the movie is that Plankton gets a plan to steal King Neptune's crown and frame Mr. Krabs. It's up to SpongeBob and Patrick to retrieve the crown from Shell City and return back to Bikini Bottom. Before I get to my mini review, I should say about it. Creator Steven Hillenburg accepted the offer for making the first SpongeBob movie in 2002. They did turn the movie down multiple times, but thankfully it made it. Interestingly, it was originally intended to serve as the series finale for SpongeBob, making it a 5-year run, but we already know what happened. Nickelodeon ordered more of the series due to the increased profit. Steven Hillenburg left the showrunner, and a guy named Paul Tibbitt took his place. So when I saw the SpongeBob movie from a commercial, I got really excited. I was already a SpongeBob fan during that era, and I was ready for the first movie. I didn't see it in theaters when it came out, so my option was get it on DVD, of course. I got it on my 10th birthday, and I was ready to watch it. Looking back after 20 years, I still think it holds up pretty well. You have to give credit for Hillenburg for working on the first SpongeBob movie, and this could have easily been a finale. But again, maybe there's something in the future for SpongeBob and the others to do. There are funny bits in the movie, like David Hasselhoff bit. In fact, this was my introduction to him since I didn't know he was in shows like Knight Rider and Baywatch. I like some of the new characters like Dennis, Princess Mindy, and King Neptune. Okay, I know the King is not new, but it's a redesign than the one from the show. But yeah, it's still fun and definitely in the top of the SpongeBob movies. Good nostalgia overload, if I do say so myself. Moving on to the second SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water, released on February 2015 for about 10.5 years since the first movie. The plot follows a pirate named Burger Beard, played by Antonio Banderas, who steals the secret Krabby Patty formula using a magical book that makes any text written will come true. SpongeBob and his friends travel to the ocean's surface to confront him and retrieve the formula. But yeah, the plot is obvious that Burger Beard stole the formula, kinda like how Plankton does it. And it's cool that the live action character is the focus in the movie. The animation in 2D is good, bright and colorful, just like the first movie. But besides the 2D animation, the characters go into 3D animation in the live action world. Which, yeah, I guess that works. I know they were in 2D in the previous movie, but in this, they leveled up the animation, kinda like similar to Space Jam: A New Legacy. Is it better than the first movie? No, but I get that it's worth the praise. It was one of the most highest grossing Nickelodeon films after Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014, and even more money than the first movie. But yeah, Sponge Out of Water got some positive receptions. Let's move on to the third movie, Sponge on the Run. At first, it wasn't the original title. It was going to be called It's a Wonderful Sponge, but they changed it. Not only the title changed, but the release date got pushed back multiple times. It was originally going to come out around 2019 twice, and then pushed to 2020, but we all know what happened during that year. The pandemic got hit, and the movie got pushed again. Then they announced that the film getting a theatrical release had been cancelled, and be released through digital and streaming service instead. On March 4th, 2021, the movie was released on Paramount+, but Canada got their movie first before the United States ever got released. But yeah, it's a shame that the third movie didn't get a theatrical release. But again, theaters were barely open during the 2020 pandemic. Also, the film is dedicated to Hillenburg because he passed away in 2018, but he did serve as an executive producer on the project. The plot follows SpongeBob on his quest to rescue his pet snail Gary after being kidnapped. With his friend Patrick, they head out to the lost city of Atlantic City. The plot is nothing special, but it kind of reminds me of the episode Have You Seen the Snail? Except Gary ran away from home and SpongeBob tries to find him. This movie has big variety of voice casts, probably more than the other two movies. And yes, Keanu Reeves is a talking tumbleweed named Sage. That's pretty subtle. This is the first film in the franchise to be fully animated in CGI as opposed to the other ones, which it looks okay for what I've seen. I get the whole change up from 2D to 3D, but it works, I guess. Still, this is a fun one to watch if you need to complete after the other two movies. And now, we get to its spin-off film, Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie. This is the first SpongeBob spin-off film they ever done. The story goes that Sandy Cheeks and SpongeBob travel to Texas, Sandy's home state, to save Bikini Bottom from an evil CEO called Boots, Bureau of Official Texas Science. But yeah, as I read the plot, it doesn't seem appealing, at least for me. Plus, couldn't they have SpongeBob and the others have them to the sidelines and have Sandy as the main focus? That could have worked, but they have characters from the CEO and even Sandy's family. But I've heard from the SpongeBob fans say that this is the weakest out of the movies, and I have to agree on that. I heard that the characters, especially Sandy, not getting enough character development. Like, I don't know if this was a good idea to get a spin-off movie. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look like it will impress me. Now, the most interesting about the spin-off movie is releasing it early. Prior to the release date, the film got leaked early this year as a video upload on X, or Twitter. Yeah, whoever uploaded this was going to be in trouble for doing it early. The movie got released on Netflix on August 2nd. Yeah, for some reason it didn't release on Paramount Plus than the previous movie. But yeah, I get why the first spin-off movie was not very good. Try harder next time. And that's all the SpongeBob SquarePants movies, until they make more. Yeah, as of now, Paramount is making more SpongeBob movies. Next year, 2025, there will be a new one titled Search for Squarepants. It will be the fourth movie to the series. Thankfully, it will be in theaters, and there's going to be another spin-off film. This time it's on the character Plankton, and it will be on Netflix next year, similar to the Sandy Cheeks movie. We'll see how that goes. Oh wait, never mind. The film got leaked back in August. That is all for the SpongeBob Movies video. I will see you all in December, everyone.